Welcome to the Homegirl Happy Hour podcast, real estate, real life, and zero scripts. I'm the homegirl, Sarah Gandry, and every week we start with real estate and somehow end up talking about everything else. Grab a drink because it is officially happy hour. Let's get into it. Welcome to the very first episode of the Homegirl Happy Hour podcast, real estate, real life, and zero scripts. I'm your host, the homegirl, Sarah Gandry. And honestly, I figured the best way to kick this off would be to have someone else interview me instead, because otherwise it would be a little bit awkward. So obviously I asked Lindsay because she already knows too much. So today we're talking about my backstory, my origin story, if you will, how this podcast started, what people can expect. A little real estate, a little life, probably a little chaos, and of course, we have drinks. So before we get too far into it, what are we drinking today, Lindsay?
I made you my Florida twist on an espresso martini. So cheers.
Cheers to that.
It is white chocolate Kahlua. Vanilla vodka is the key to a good espresso martini.
Oh my God, that's delicious.
Iced coffee. And then a splash of Chobani coconut vanilla.
Oh, our little Florida twist on it.
Yep. So cheers. I'm glad we're finally here. I feel like we've been talking
I've been talking about this for a long time, but here we are. We're doing this thing.
All right, Sarah. For anyone who doesn't know you yet, tell us who you are in your own words.
Oh, this is one of those questions that I always find somewhat awkward. I feel like talking about yourself can sometimes feel like you're bragging, even if you're just trying to share a little bit. But who am I? I think first and foremost, I'm a mom, which is interesting because my career in real estate kind of pivoted off of me trying to figure out who I was after that chapter of my life. Not that it ever closes, but after I became an empty nester. And just trying to figure out who I was and what my identity was after being a mom. I'm also an advocate, I think. As a mom, I have kids who have faced some adversity and are not always typical. And so I certainly try to be a voice for people who either don't have one or whose voices sometimes can be silenced or attempted to be. I'm an animal lover. I have a cat and a dog, and I'm about to add another dog because I'm glutton for punishment. So we shall see how that goes.
That's where the chaos comes in.
That's where the chaos comes in. Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot of things, but I like to think I'm a good person, that I'm a good friend.
I would agree.
People. Thanks. And I'd also like to think I'm a really great realtor.
I would say so too.
Yeah. I think my background in education and my education helps me with some of that. It was an easier transition, I think, when it started.
And experience in buying and selling your own properties too.
For sure.
So how long have you been in Palm Beach County, and what made you fall in love with the area?
So I've been here permanently for about 18 years now, which is crazy to even say. It feels like it was just yesterday. I moved here from New Jersey when my son was in kindergarten. My family has actually been here in Palm Beach County since the early 80s. And so even as a child growing up overseas, when we would come back to the U.S., we would come to South Florida. And I felt very comfortable when I made that move just because it was so familiar.
I think you have some really unique life experiences growing up in a military family too.
For sure.
That gives you a very different outlook and openness to everyone because of your different experiences.
Absolutely. I have an upbringing that I think most people probably can't relate to. I spent the first 21 years of my life kind of like a third culture kid. I was in another country, identifying also with the country that my parents are from. They're both from New York originally. But I was born overseas in a military base, and I was lucky enough to stay there for quite some time. So, and then eventually moved here. And I think what I like about Palm Beach County and what I think to me makes it so unique is that you can go 10 minutes down the road and you kind of have something for everybody, right? You have beach setting, you can go downtown West Palm and have a very walkable atmosphere. You can go another 20 minutes west and you are in an equestrian community in Wellington. And there's just kind of something for everyone in every lifestyle.
Love it. What do you feel like people don't know about you, but they should?
Oh, geez. Um, I love sports.
Okay.
I'm a little nutty about it, actually. I'm superstitious as all get out. Um, if I make a meal prior to a 49er game, for example, and they win, I will make that same meal for the entire season because it's only weird if it doesn't work.
Oh my goodness. Were you intense like that with your kids' sports?
I was, and I coached my son's soccer team one season, and that was all I could do because it it's not the kids. The kids are great when you do that. It's always the parents that
Yeah.
are an issue. It's never the little ones.
They take it way too serious.
Yeah, I mean they're 5 and 6.
Yeah,
We don't have to be running on the field.
exactly. What inspired you to start the Homegirl Happy Hour podcast?
Um, I felt like there's a side of real estate that people don't talk about, right? With every transaction, there's little nuances that, it's an emotionally charged thing, anyways, for people, right? Buying and
Yeah.
selling a home is emotional. Um, and I think there's layers to that just don't get discussed. And I want to talk about them.
Awesome. I think we get a lot of negative misconceptions as realtors, and I think that this is gonna open people's eyes to
For sure.
all the different hats we wear to
So
get the
many
job
hats.
done.
I mean, therapist, teacher, negotiator. There's a lot of them.
Yes, exactly. Who is this podcast for?
I hope it's for everyone. My
Okay.
goal is that people in every category can find something that resonates with them.
Mhm.
Nothing's really off limits. And I think the home buying process, if you're new to it, can be daunting. And if you've done it for a long time, there are always new angles that I think you should explore. I mean, we should always be learning. And so I do hope that a lot of people from different walks of life listen and tune in and have a drink with us.
Awesome. Love it. If you had to pick what area right now gives the best value?
I think that depends on what you're looking for,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that's like a cookie cutter answer. If you are someone who's moving down here, maybe from New York City, and you're used to walkability, then that's gonna be downtown, right? I mean, the way this city is transforming is pretty exceptional, and it's happening rapidly. If you want space, then you're gonna probably look out west. So I just think it depends on each client, and real estate is really about each transaction, not necessarily something we can just put into
A box.
a box.
Yeah, it's specific to the person for
For
sure.
sure.
What is your most in South Florida, the most accessible for first-time home buyers, you think? Where's the best value to go as a first-time home buyer in South Florida right now?
I think again, that's gonna depend on the buyer. Obviously, when we're talking real estate, there's a lot of factors that come into it when getting approved for a mortgage. So it's gonna depend on their income, their credit, all sorts of different things. If I was coming in as a new buyer, I think I would be looking at the areas where there's still a growth opportunity in the market. So I'm gonna probably look north, maybe in St. Lucie County. I would say within Palm Beach County, I'm gonna take a look at maybe um, parts of West Palm. I'm going to look at parts of Lake Worth. maybe Lake Worth Beach, a little further towards the water that are being developed, even Riviera.
I think Boynton Beach too is a spot that people forget, especially if you need to be on the south end of the county, that
For
really
sure.
still holds a lot of value and choices that not all the other parts of Palm Beach County have.
And even further, there's a bunch of new construction options that are, along 441 that are great options for people, like you said, who are traveling south
And
or even north.
and out west, we have Avenir, we have Westlake. There's some great stuff. I think there's something else going in next to Arden too. I don't know what it is yet, but it looks like they're building
Maybe a
something.
community, maybe an AI data center. We don't
Hopefully,
know.
hopefully not the latter. Um, what's one mistake you see people make when moving here?
After today, I would say not realizing how hot it gets for one, because
Yes.
summer is upon us. I think people still have it in their mind that South Florida is the South Florida that our grandparents came to, right?
Yes.
Um,
Like that there's not anything to do.
there's nothing to do, that everything's going to be compared to, especially people moving from up north, maybe, or even coming over from Western states like California and Idaho, that the price point is kind of what it was, and it's not. So maybe preparing for what that looks like. But there's a lot of great things about Florida when you're coming from other places as well. I think in Palm Beach County in particular, I think we have, and Martin County, we have good school options for people, public school options, right? We also have great private school options here now. So there's a lot. We have restaurants opening
The food
every
the food
day. It used to
situation here
be
is so good. There's so
the
many good
food
choices.
situation here is improving every day.
Yes.
It used to be we had to travel to Miami, I think, for kind of a restaurant scene. And every day when I look on Instagram, there's a new place opening up. And it's big name restaurants
Yeah.
coming in from, the larger cities, which is kind of fantastic.
It is way better. And we have a lot of good entertainment options too. And I think people forget about like with Tri-Rail and Brightline, we can be in Miami in an hour
We can.
with public transportation and you don't have to sit in the traffic on 95.
Yeah, and then there's me. I will go in the other direction and just go to Disney every other week because it's my happy place.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those. So there you go. If you wanted to know something about me, I'm a Disney adult.
Which I get it.
It's fun. It's actually more fun, I think, as an adult.
It's fun to forget
Going
about real life for a couple days.
for sure. You still have young kids. I have to say, I almost prefer Disney now that mine are adults and I don't have to take them.
Yeah.
So
I can see that because you don't have to be responsible.
I don't.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Where are you eating right now? Where's your go-to spots?
Apparently, it's my happy hour here on the podcast because cheers again.
Cheers. I'll
It's
shout out
pretty
Okeechobee
good.
Steakhouse because that's a staple and that's where we're going for dinner afterwards.
We are. My go-to spots, there are a lot. I do for lunch, for a good lunch spot. I love Boucan Sandwich Shop.
Oh, to die for.
To die for.
That's a regular for me because it's 5 minutes from my office. So when I'm at the office, I'm always eating Boucan.
I also love Zipatillos on Belvedere. Shout out to Ricky and Neria. It's a great spot for tacos and amazing margaritas. So if you're in that area, which is also right down from your office, you're kind of in a good location.
I
So
am.
yeah,
We like Cooper's Hawk.
we
'cause it's
do
close to
like
your
Cooper's
house.
Hawk. We go there often. For coffee, I love a cute little spot in Royal Palm in Veterans Park.
Oh, Seeds.
Seeds
Yes.
is amazing. It is a tiny little spot I think people miss, but they have great coffee and great breakfast, and it's definitely worth checking out.
Love it. Cool. Some good options. Where's your best casual lunch spot?
I think it's gonna be Boucan.
And just take it with you. Go to the
Yeah, I
beach,
walk
go where
down
you
the
want.
street I walk down the street. There's a
The
great
picnic
brewery.
tables.
The picnic tables right at the brewery are my little hidden away spot, and I just park my butt there and have my sandwich. It's getting a little warm for that. But yeah, it's kind of my go-to. And definitely get the lunchbox. Don't just get the sandwich
Yeah, the
because you can't
chips
miss that cookie.
and the chips are so
So
good.
good with that cookie.
And don't forget the lemonade too.
Oh my gosh, you guys, the ginger lemonade is something special.
All right. Where's your favorite place for date night or girls' night?
Well, it's not date night because I don't have a date. So, if anyone's single, um, girls' night. I think what some people might be surprised about me because I talk for a living and I'm, in front of a classroom of people when I'm teaching, is that I kind of an extroverted introvert. So sometimes after a long week, I kind of just want to be at home. But if I'm going out, it's probably downtown.
You love downtown.
I love downtown. I love getting out of my space and um, just hanging out. And I just kind of go with the flow. There's some really good spots on Palm Beach. There's just, even if it's just going to a friend's house and opening a bottle of wine. But yeah, definitely a girls' night over a guys' night.
It's a little bit more breathing room this time of year now that it's seasons. The snowbirds have gone home.
Snowbirds have left South Florida.
A little bit more breathing room and the good spots to eat. For me, since I am married, I do love date night. I like going north to Jupiter. My favorite places to eat, Utiki, Lucky Shuck.
I love
Never
Utiki.
have a bad meal at either one of those places. And then heading on over to Square Grouper for some cocktails and live music. Never disappoint.
Blackbird. You can't leave out Blackbird.
Oh, Blackbird. Those espresso martinis will get you in trouble.
Yeah, they are better than yours. No offense.
They are really, really good. Like, just go there for the espresso martini, but the food's great too.
The food is great. Definitely do not pass on the duck and the little crispy tuna things.
I don't think I've had anything that's bad.
I've never had anything bad there.
Great.
Yeah. In fact, we should plan a night for that.
We should. All right. Coffee spot that you swear by. Where's your little Cuban place that you love in Lake Worth?
Besides Seeds, I love Vicky Bakery.
Yes. But Pinecrest too. You like
Pinecrest. Yeah, I love a Cuban coffee. And I love a guava pastry. So
yeah, I had one this morning.
I'm jealous.
What's your favorite place to shop locally?
Where don't I like to shop? That's probably a shorter list.
Gardens Mall is always.
I was actually just in Nora a couple weeks ago, and I stopped at Mint.
Okay.
And it's a cute little shop. They have all sorts of fun dresses and tops and just little tchotchke things in there, but definitely worth checking out. And I love
been over there yet.
Oh, you have to go.
Check it out.
Yeah, there's a lot going in there.
Love it.
More new restaurants.
If someone was new to the area, what's one place they have to experience?
I don't know that I can recommend just one place because there really is a lot to do in Palm Beach County. I think my advice would be more of allowing yourself to kind of be a little bit of that tourist when you first get here. I think it's so easy. I did this when I lived in New York. I got so into life itself that I didn't explore as much. And then when we were leaving, I was rushing to do all these things I hadn't done, like even just going to see the Statue of Liberty and see my great grandparents' name on the wall and all these things. I feel like when you live in a place, you stop going to the beach. You don't go up to Loggerhead, for example. I mean, if you have kids, that's definitely one that should be on the list. But I think just giving yourself time and space to explore the county and everything. Enjoy where you live. We live in paradise here.
Yeah. Go fishing on the ocean. Go fishing on Lake Okeechobee.
Get on a boat. Just do all the things.
Check out Peanut Island. Go snorkel.
Go to the Norton every Friday night. The Norton has Art After Dark. That's one of my favorite things to do on the weekends. So certainly just get out there in your community and
Jupiter Lighthouse is awesome to check out too.
It is.
Breathtaking.
Those are a lot of stairs.
There's a lot of stairs.
But it is a great view once you're up there.
I did it like very pregnant with my youngest.
I'm impressed. It's actually kind of a rock star move.
Yeah. I will tell you probably one of the most unique things you can do. I did this for a client for a gift, and he just sent me a thank you text today, so it's top of mind. Dinner yacht out of Jupiter. Fabulous 4-course meal, and you go on a yacht and they take you on a cruise.
I have to
And
put
they're
this on my
coastal.
list.
And it is a fabulous, you can do like 8 to 10 people, but they cook for you and you just sit and enjoy the
Wait, why
ride
have
and
we not done
drink.
this?
I did it for my birthday 2 years ago. So maybe that's what I need to do again this year.
Yeah, I think so.
It was great.
Not that your birthday should be decided by what I want to do, but I think that sounds like a good idea.
All right. So you have a free Saturday morning. What's the perfect day in Palm Beach County look like?
On a free Saturday morning, I am definitely at a green market. I'm starting my day with coffee, probably in my own backyard because it's pretty and peaceful and a space that I've made my own, and that I actually enjoy being in. But definitely that's going to be followed up by the green market, probably some drinks somewhere after that. Um, maybe the museum if there's an event that is kind of drawing me in.
Have you done the Flagler Museum lately?
I have not.
That's a cool one. I
There's
really enjoy that.
maybe a stroll down Worth Avenue. I don't know if I'm shopping as much as I'm people watching when I'm
Yes.
there, but it's always beautiful and fun, and it's always something to see or do. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Love it.
that's I mean, again, right? When we're here, we sometimes forget all of the amazing things that we're surrounded by. But also, I'm a realtor. So a lot of times on Saturdays, I'm also working.
Yep. Our days off are
So,
like in pockets throughout the week, not
for
necessarily.
sure.
We don't have the regular days off. Really, it's no days off.
It's zero. It's really, that's the one thing I think if people are thinking about getting into real estate, they need to be really cognizant of, right? I think it looks really glamorous from the outside. People watch shows on television and they think it's so cool and, they're all doing all these fun things and it's great. Listen, it affords one a pretty nice lifestyle, but you are working probably, I will say I work harder as a real estate agent than I probably ever did doing anything else. I just love what I do.
Right.
So it doesn't feel like it,
Yeah.
right? If I had had to work this hard in anything else, I probably would have been miserable. I'm not. I do really love what I've chosen to do.
I agree. I interview a lot of new agents and they're like, I want to get into real estate for the flexible schedule. And I mean, and I'm always to them, I'm like, you mean flexible that you work every day?
Right. That you answer phone calls at 10:30 at night.
That there's way less days off than you think there is. But yes, you can pick your kid up from school probably, but
Yeah.
you also will work a lot of the weekends too.
I showed a home on Easter this year.
Oh,
I
lovely.
and then rushed home to, you know, figure out what I was doing with my family.
Yep.
There's really not days off. You do have some flexibility in terms of, the times in which you make
do it.
yourself available, right? Like, hey, if it's Easter, this is what I have, and take it or leave it kind of a thing. But it's a pretty demanding profession.
It is. And when people have a problem, they want to talk to you, even if it's Sunday night. And sometimes you're writing deals at 9, 10 o'clock at night.
For sure.
Or putting out fires.
But I will say sometimes that's the part of this that I like the most is that people, once they get to know you, that trust that they put in you to help them make one of the biggest decisions of their life, it's pretty amazing, right?
It is.
It makes me feel good about what I do because ultimately I came into this because I think I'm somebody who wants to be in service to other people.
That you care about people.
Correct, right?
Nothing's cooler than helping somebody buy their first home, that couple that has dreams for their future family in it.
Their family's growing. I just helped a gentleman who is 64 years old and he's buying his first home.
That's amazing.
Like, it's just never too late to do that. And it felt good. Like, even today, I was on the phone with him, helping him sort through things after the closing, right? I'm not just disappearing after it's done. It's not just about the transaction to me. It's really about the people that I'm helping along the way. And so I just had to find something that I could do that with that also allowed me to pay my bills and travel with my family and do things that I love. And so it's probably the first time that I do feel like I have some balance, maybe not with my time as much, but just with the things that I want to be able to do.
You get more choices of how you
For
spend your
sure.
time at this
Like,
point.
money does not actually buy you happiness. It does afford you some freedoms in life, right? And so if somebody's coming into this profession thinking it's going to be easy and you're going to make all this money and not actually have to work, they should just turn right around and go find something else to
Yeah,
do. But if you are coming in thinking you have some freedoms and some choices, then absolutely.
I think too that if money is your driver,
Also not
it's
for
not
you.
it, because you're not gonna make you really have to be in this for, like, the heart of it
Mhm.
to be
The money
successful
comes
in it.
naturally.
Right, but if you don't care about people or you don't take the time with people to help them through these things, that's gonna show, and it's not gonna, help you grow a business.
Yeah. People see right through that, right?
Mhm.
That money grab is not, you're not fooling anyone.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, be authentic, be yourself. And if it's not for you, go figure out what it is. But, it's certainly not something people should come in with the expectation that mm, they're not going to work their butts off.
Right. What's your go-to drink, like, signature order, and why?
So it used to be just kind of Tito's soda, and lots of limes,
I love me a
like
Tito's
lots and
soda.
lots. I went on a cruise once and they made fun of me because I wanted so many limes. But lately, I discovered a Hugo Spritz, which I'm not even sure what's in it, to be honest, but it's refreshing and delicious. And my friend Jamie introduced me to it, and I really enjoyed that one. So I would say right now, that's my drink of choice.
Love it.
If anyone knows what it's in it, please let me know.
Are you more of a beach day, boat day, stay at home and relax type of day? If you have a day off,
I'm
what are you
definitely not
choosing?
a beach day. I know it's crazy because I live in Florida, but I only like the beach really early in the morning before people get there. I love hearing the waves crashing and the seagulls, and once it's real noisy, it's just not
Not for
for
you.
me. I also love staying home sometimes, but I would say kind of wandering around the city and exploring and finding new places is my go-to. I think in some ways it probably reminds me of my time living and working in New York that I sometimes miss, right? I left when my son was in kindergarten because he needed better public school options, um and I don't think if that were the case, I don't know if I would have left
Mhm.
there. I'm glad that I did. It was the right choice for us and for our family. But there are times where I miss just wandering around
Yeah.
and finding things, right? Like there's no plan to it really. We're
Yeah.
just kind of exploring and going where the wind takes us that day. So,
I love those type of days. I'm definitely choosing a day off for a boat day,
yes,
personally.
I'm still waiting for an invite on the boat.
I know. I have a couple people lined up, but the thing is that we get so few, like, family days off together,
That's
especially if
fair.
he's been traveling more, that, um, it's been we'll get more into it for summer, but just there've been so few and far between that it's like the great escape together.
Yeah, and that's fair. Listen, they're only young for so long, right?
Yeah.
My son graduated from college yesterday, and I posted a picture today of him
I
when
saw
he
it.
was yesterday, and I was
So
like, this is
sweet.
what the world sees, right? Him yesterday. And then I posted a picture of him when he was little in a cap and gown, and that's what I saw, right? When he was
Yeah.
walking across the stage as a mom, because it goes in such, it's a blink. It's really literally a blink of an eye, and
It's
then they're
fleeting.
adults, and it's fleeting, and not that they go away, right? It just kind of changes, but um you don't get to have like they don't snuggle with you anymore when they're
Yeah.
24, 25 years old,
Well,
right?
I have a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old, and the 13-year-old definitely
It's different
is not
already.
snuggling with me, but the 6-year-old still will absolutely drop everything to come
Right.
be with mom.
Right. And
So,
it's so fleeting. And I people tell you that, right?
yeah.
I don't I don't know that I heard it as much as I wish I had slowed it down and
I think
taken moments,
in
but
the moment, you're so busy with everything, right? You're
yeah.
just consumed by all your responsibilities as a parent, working, all that stuff, that you don't realize how much the little things are super important.
The laundry can wait.
The laundry can absolutely wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Throw the
And if
socks
they
out and
eat
buy new
chicken
ones.
nuggets every night for a week, it's also okay.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Or take out, like me this week, because my kitchen's being redone.
Yeah. They're not going to remember those things. So yeah.
Yep. What's your ideal weekend look like if you're not working?
Ooh.
Disney?
Probably Disney's on the list for sure. I actually got an invite today to go back for a couple days. I do like Disney during the week though. So on the weekends it's just more crowded and just more difficult to navigate
Maneuver.
and maneuver. And so I do like that there's that flexibility of like I'm still working. Last time I was at Disney, I was walking around negotiating concessions for a client, but I was doing it in Epcot with, you know, people that I love. And
Double fisting. No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
not quite. I might have had one drink in hand,
I'm joking.
but there's that flexibility of the schedule, right? I can work
Yeah.
from anywhere, so I can travel.
I got a house under contract when I was at Disney too, so it must be good for
Right? Maybe it's
business.
good vibes. We should
As
just
soon
go
as
there
you
more.
go on vacation or do
That's
anything
when
as a
the
realtor, all hell breaks loose
100%,
every time.
100%. Even like yesterday, trying to just take a day to enjoy my son's big day. I have two foster daughters, and one of them also graduated alongside him yesterday.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't
And
realize
so it
that.
was really special. They've known each other, all of the kids, since fourth grade. And so for them to be able to like have that moment together. And then I'm a faculty member at the college. And so because because I have that position, because I'm an employee there, I was able to actually present both of them with their diplomas yesterday, which was also super
That's so
special.
awesome.
So that was fun. But
Super special. That'll be a memory for keeps. Where can people find you, follow you, listen to your podcast at?
we just relaunched our website. You can find me at sarahgandry.com. You can find me on Instagram at it's me Sarah B78. You can find me on TikTok even at it's me Sarah B. Or you can just give me a call.
We actually, I think, definitely built our relationship off banter on TikTok.
For
Just kind
sure.
of screwing around on there. We knew each other from years prior, but
Yeah,
we definitely connected over TikTok of just the banter and connecting over real estate and being local to each other. And finally, we're just like, let's take it off the screen and meet in person. And
for
that's how we
sure.
started hanging out and got closer. So social media does connect.
It does. It does. And listen, I mean, the website has all sorts of fun resources for people, including
The
like the
podcast.
podcast.
You're going to be doing
There's a
recipes.
blog. I'm gonna at some point. I love to cook. That's another thing. Fun fact about me: I love to cook, and so I'm gonna share some of those recipes at some point. Those aren't up there yet, but there's also neighborhood guides that go beyond just the houses that you're looking for. It gives you ideas about restaurants and entertainment, and if those things are important to you, schools, everything is kind of up there. It tells you a little bit more about me, but ultimately, I hope people come and tune in to this podcast because I want to obviously talk about real estate, but I want to talk about it from angles that maybe we're not always looking at, right?
Mhm.
So
Awesome. If someone's thinking about moving here or just wants a local insight, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
whatever is best
For them.
for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question. What does being your homegirl really mean to you?
Man, I think it means that I'm really working hard to gain that trust, to wear whatever those hats are that they need me to have on during that transaction, on that day, on any given day, right? I want to be a source of information. I want to be a source of comfort to people during a time that can just feel a little chaotic.
Yeah.
And I want to help people during a real estate transaction really manage all of the moving parts. right? You have calls from lenders, and you have underwriters asking you for things, and you have insurance quotes to get, and you have appraisals and
Yeah.
inspections and negotiation. There's just a lot of things that are happening all at the same time. And so my goal is always to just simplify that process for people.
Yep, absolutely. I know I have insurance quotes to get for my buyers this week from deals that are underway.
It's all
So
those things that people just don't always
they don't realize you're
think
doing it
about.
behind the scenes. Like we're there at the inspections, then we're taking that inspection, we're getting quotes for insurance, we're connecting with the appraisers, we're being sure everything's turned in so that it actually is going to close, that the title company's
Yeah,
doing
shout
their
out
part.
to my transaction coordinator because she really
Keeps
keeps
on
me.
top of
Oh my
it.
gosh, she's a godsend. Really, she is.
Love it.
Love you, Jamie. All right, I think that officially wraps up the first episode ever of the Homegirl Happy Hour podcast. If there's one thing everyone should probably take away from this episode, it's that we may start with real estate, but there's honestly no telling where the conversation is going to end up. Seriously, though, thank you guys for hanging out with us for the first episode. We'll see you next week. All right, we clearly covered a lot today and somehow also nothing at all. That's it for this episode of the Homegirl Happy Hour podcast. Real estate, real life, and zero scripts. Make sure you're following along, and I'll see you next week for another happy hour. Cheers.